Hey there, this is Monica, founder of Space Creative, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use saved sections, which is a feature that was just released for Squarespace 7.1. So if you're using Squarespace 7.1 and you're editing any normal page, you'll see a new little heart icon when you hover over the section's settings. So clicking this heart icon will allow you to save a copy of this section so that you can use it again in the future on other pages. So now that I've clicked Save Section there, we can add this same section to any different page. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to go to a different page, and when I click Add Section, I see my saved sections over here, and I see the section that I just saved. So I can click that, and it will insert onto my new page. So if you've been using Squarespace for any amount of time, you can probably already see how much time this is going to save you when it comes to building out your website or creating new pages and just maintaining an overall consistency in your design. But let me show you a few different use cases to really illustrate how this new feature is going to help you streamline your website building process. So the first scenario is what I just showed you, saving a section to add it to a different page, essentially duplicating the page to another page. So that's going to be useful when you want to recreate the same section layout on a different page, because remember, when 7.1 was released, we gained the capability to duplicate sections and move them up and down the page, right? But when it came to moving that duplicated section to a different page, we were out of luck. That was not an option. So now the Save Section feature solves that problem. So let me show you when this is really going to come in handy. So I would really use this feature to duplicate sections that are a little more complicated to create or require a little bit more customization. So for example, scrolling sections like this, or any section where you have like an accordion block, an FAQ block, where you have to do a lot of, granular editing and tweaking to get the formatting right. You can use this Save Section feature to save yourself a ton of time so that you don't, when you want to go ahead and add another scrolling section to a different page, you don't have to start from scratch and design the whole thing over again. So let's say we want this kind of scrolling section to appear on a different page of this website. So what we're going to do is click Save Section, and then save our page, and then go to the page where you want to add a similar section with the same layout. So let's say I want to add the section between these two sections here. Now previously I could have searched through the section catalog and found a section and then started from scratch to customize it to make sure it matches the rest of my site. But since we have the option to save sections now, I am instead going to go to my saved sections and just pop that in. And now all I have to do is edit the content and switch out my items, add more, delete any I don't need, so that I have the appropriate content on the page that I want to add. And this way all your formatting stays the same, you can maintain a consistent and cohesive design across your website, and it's just going to save you so much time. All right, so the next two use cases will come in handy, particularly if you're using one of my Squarespace templates, or really if you're adding to a website that's already been designed. So let's say you're using the folk template here, which I designed for group private practices, but right now you're a solo practitioner, so you don't have an immediate need for the team bio section here that's on the About page. So thanks to the Save Section feature, you can actually just save this section and then delete it, and then pull it out again whenever you need it. So we're just going to click Save Section, remove. We can go ahead and save this section too, since we don't need that. Remove that, click Save on our page, and continue editing our page the way that we need it now, right? And then in the future, let's say I grow my practice and I bring on team members and I'm like, hey, I know there was a Meet the Team section included with my original template, so I want to add that back in. So what I'm going to do now is click Edit on the page, add a section, go to my saved section, click on that bio section, And there we have it. So now I can edit my content, edit the demo content that's here, and swap out the photos and everything like that. I can add back in that smaller Meet the Team section as a little header area there, and I'm all set. So I have one more use case scenario for you, and again, this is a pro tip for my Squarespace template customers, but even if you're not using one of my templates, you're likely to find it useful too. So one of the first things I recommend to my template customers is to create backup copies of all of the templates demo pages in case you need to start over with the original design on any page. So what we can do now with saved sections is we can start over from the original template design in a particular section rather than the whole page if you need to. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so let's say you're editing this section and it's not quite looking how you want it to look. You're like, oh my God, I've messed this up. I need to start over, but I really don't want to start over for the entire page. By the way, we've all been there. Don't worry if you get to this place. But if you're here and you're like, but shoot, I didn't save my section before I started working on it, that's okay if you saved a backup of the page first before you started working on your website. And so all you have to do is exit out of your page editor here and go over to your backup demo page and then edit the page and scroll down to the equivalent section and then save it. Then just go back to the page that you're working on and then insert that section. So we're going to go back to the home page, down here, and above or below the section, I'm just going to click Add Section, my saved sections, and insert that fresh section. Now I can either remove the section right now or just copy paste my content over and then remove it, whatever works. But this way you can start over without having to redo the entire page. So talk about a time saver, it's great. So I hope you utilize this time-saving feature on your Squarespace 7.1 website. If you have any questions about saved sections that I didn't answer here, leave a comment and ask away.